All right, tattoo artists, here's what we're going to be doing over the next 12-week mentorship program. Super excited to work on this with you guys. We're going to be spending all of this time from beginning to end working on a full arm sleeve. It's going to be based on Quentin Tarantino movies. So with that, we're going to go over anything and everything regarding the entire process and what it takes for you to become a better tattoo artist. With that, we're going to go into pulling our own reference photos. We're going to go through the design process, how to stencil, how to apply the stencil, as well as all the technical aspects of doing the tattoo. I'll go over all the machines, the equipment that's worked for me, and the equipment that didn't work for me. There's a lot of money that I spent on all these different equipments over the past 11 years, trialing and erroring the different types of needles and brands and tapers, the different types of black ink and how I dilute it, what type of gray wash system that I use, as well as all the business side of things. For sure, what we're going to do is be able to assess your appointments, how you do your booking situations, and be able to raise your rate within the first 4 weeks between 10 to 30%. This is just based off of your current operating system of how you do your bookings and your appointments. I found that most artists aren't actually that efficient when it comes to managing their DMs, their emails, what their client management system is like. Once we get to go through all those things, we get to see how you're pricing, how you're booking out your appointments. We'll easily be able to raise your rate 10 to 30% within the first 4 weeks. By the end of that 12 weeks, once your work gets better, once you're figuring out these systems and you're making the changes, we implement another growth of about another 10 to 30%. This has just been tried and true through all the tattoo artists that I've worked with. There's just a lot of money that's sitting on the table that's missing. With that, I'll break down all the different factors on how to make your tattoos more dynamic. By that, we'll work on the flow, the composition, how to make it work on the body. And there's so many things that I look for when it comes to working on a full sleeve. We want to make sure that it looks good from every single angle. So with that, I'll go over all of my past sleeves. I'll show you some of my favorite ones, what's worked, what I didn't like about them. And within that 12-week program, we're also going to have you design a sleeve, and we'll critique that. The best way that I've learned that other people learn is by being engaged in this program. So this is why we do this live and online. When it's online, you get to participate in it, and you actually get a better view of the entire process. What I mean by that is you get a full screen view of the tattoo, and you get to see it 6 to 8 inches away from the skin all day long. Versus if you were to do this in person, you're standing behind me, over my shoulder, perhaps next to me, and you're generally a few feet away from looking at the tattoo. So I found live and online works out great. We'll have multiple camera angles of the entire tattoo area. We'll have a close-up camera on the tattoo. We'll also have another camera that's set up on the tattoo tray. When it comes to doing the design, we'll do everything on the iPad on Procreate. There's a couple other software that I use, but I'll go over all of that, and you'll get to study and learn how I simplify my stencil while still being able to put the maximum amount of details into these designs. With this sleeve, we'll go over portraits, smooth black and gray, micro details, fine line stuff, the whole spectrum. Like everything that I've learned in the past 11 years, I want to make sure that I pass that on to you, as well as every single piece of equipment that I've used, the supplies, the needles, the inks. I'll discuss all of that so that you can make a better decision for your hand motion, your speed, and your style of design. What I'm teaching is what works for me, but the number one thing that you're going to take away is how to approach tattooing, how to think about the equipment, how to think about your clients and the consultation process, the bedside manners, working with your accountant, the financial management of things, your appointments, your conventions. I've done so many of these different aspects that I've just fine-tuned and refined everything. I want to pass everything on to you. That's really all that this program is. You're going to take everything that I've learned, condense it into 12 weeks, and for one full day for each of those weeks, I'm going to sit with you for 8 hours in a group setting, live and online, and you get to ask questions the entire time. 12 weeks is perfect because there's always going to be room for you to ask questions. I have multiple chances to get to show you different techniques, re-explain certain processes for you guys, and you get to implement it in real time over those 12 weeks with your own clients, with your own processes. We'll be going over lining, shading, solid black. You'll know how to not damage the skin. What we want to do is minimize the trauma. For tattooing, There doesn't need to be swelling, redness, bleeding, or any irritation. So my goal is to teach you all of that. When you get to see it up close with that camera, if there's any swelling, redness, irritation, or bleeding, I teach you how to adjust your equipment, your hand motion, your speed to minimize the trauma so that your clients can sit longer. It's a game changer. Like, this is what I base my entire tattooing career on. Minimal trauma, faster healing, the best tattoo work, and being able to make the most and time manage your energy better. So much of what I teach is how to approach tattooing, and it's also how to approach life. There's a lot of stuff that we're going to be discussing regarding your discipline, your time management, your energy management, work-life balance and flow. All of those things is what comes together to make up the mind, body, and soul of the best tattoo artist. And we want you to be the best tattoo artist possible. So I'll go over every single technique. You get to see everything on demand. It's going to be in a group setting. And there's going to be, just plenty of room for Q&As. So I look forward to working with you. If you have any questions, shoot them over. Let me know how I can help you get into this program, because everything that I've learned, what you see on my social media, what you see in my body of work is exactly what it is. I take pride and joy in having the best tattoos heal so that my clients can walk around with it. And if you've ever seen any of my work in person, that's my pride and my joy. It's not what we're showing on social media. We're not editing photos to, capture and manipulate what clients are seeing. We want to do the best, authentic, genuine work so that our clients can be happy and we can be fulfilled as tattoo artists. I love you guys. I'm looking forward to working with you. Let me know if you have any questions. Oh yeah, one more thing. We've got a tattoo room. In this tattoo room every week, we have multiple tattoo artists come together from all over the world, and we come together live online in this group where we get to talk about everything tattoo related. It's going to be about techniques. It's going to be about equipment, conventions, bookings, systems in place, processes. We're going to go through mindset. We're likely going to touch on some fitness stuff because, again, it's all about mind, body, soul connection. We want to be able to create a community with other tattoo artists that are constantly thriving and growing, who want to pursue greatness the same way that you do. So by joining this program, you get access to this tattoo room, and I'm looking forward to you in joining and participating in this conversation with amazing tattoo artists who just want to elevate themselves in this tattoo world.